guessing some might have partied the night away last night, but the morning after, has it all sort of sunk in, and what's the overriding emotion?
Oh, very happy, very excited, and very privileged to be part of the AFL Hall of Fame. As you walk in last night, and there's Lee Matthews, Kevin Bartlett, and the seven legends who got up on stage at the start of the night, you realise how privileged you are to be there. And I think the Hall of Fame is a great honour. It's a reflective time in your career, and just good to be there last night.
Is there one point of the night that summed it up for you, or one point of the night that stands out? Or?
I think the whole night was fantastic. I love seeing Tony Charlton's interview with Ross Smith. I thought that was quite amazing, that the coach, the way the coach was talking on a TV show, and then just to spend a little bit of time with Nathan, Michael and Mark Prosciutto in the room before we went out was pretty special, reminiscing about, I suppose, the good old days.
Did the moment live up to what you thought it might be?
Yeah, it was better. I think the night was better than I thought it possibly could be, and everyone raves about how good the Hall of Fame night is, and you can see why. There's no club rivalries, there's no player rivalries. It's just about the good of football, and everyone is happy for each other, and I think that happens very rarely in football.
Was it nice that you were able to share this moment like you did, I guess, the Brownlow win back then?
Well, I suppose those players that have the Hall of Fame with me this last night were excellent players, amazing players, greats of the game. So to share it with them is a privilege.
How difficult is it then to refocus? You've got a pretty big job ahead this weekend.
That's the job. I mean, Michael Voss talked about it last night. It's hard to be reflective and in that sort of mood when you're in the middle of a football season, but for 2 or 3 hours last night we're able to do it. But yeah, before and after that night, we know we've got a huge task ahead of us going to Perth to play a team. It's in a similar situation to us. They've had some good games, but we're both trying to improve as teams, and I think Mark Harvey and his team will definitely wanting a win, and so do we.
All three that you brought in get a game?
Yep, all three will play. Welsh, Watson and Hurley will all play, so it's great to have some experience back in our team and some really good talent come back.
Any element of risk with bringing any of them back?
I think whenever you bring a player back from a hamstring injury or a calf injury, there is a slight element of risk, but Andrew, this is his 6th week, sort of his 4th week of training. Job's 3 weeks, the 4th week of a hamstring should be enough, and Michael's, I think, 4 or 5 weeks off a calf. So we've given them plenty of time. We've trained them hard in the last 2 weeks, specifically so they can play and not be at risk of injury. But there's always that slight risk, but we hope we get through unscathed.
So do you have to make the tough decision where you drop one of the 3 bigs?
We'll have a look. We'll sort of reserve our decision for a day or so, and look, we're still in two minds about whether to play them or not. And the great thing about we've got 3 quality tall players who all play well, have played well at different stages of the game. So whoever misses out will be unlucky. We're still weighing it up as we speak.
It's the first time we've seen Andrew Welsh this year. What are you sort of expecting from him, and what sort of area of the ground is he playing? And I think he worked pretty closely with Brendan Cup over summer. Yeah,
Andrew will play midfield forward role, and it's very similar way he's played in his previous career. What Andrew brings is a tough contest to the ball, his experience and his ability to defend the ground. I think is really important for us. So we don't expect Andrew to have 100 possessions and kick 10 goals, but we expect him to contribute to the team like everybody else.
Just on the racks again, sorry. Just the fact that Aaron Sanders isn't playing impact on your decision, depending on what they want?
Not really, no. I mean, Aaron's obviously a great player, and we're fortunate that he's not playing today or on Sunday. But no, it doesn't influence it at all. It's really about us and the best mix for us in terms of where our players should be.
Do you take confidence out of the travel record has obviously been well documented over time, but the fact that you got that win in Brisbane, does that sort of have a flow-on effect?
I hope so. First time in 10 years winning in Brisbane. So hopefully this week, we think we're taking a reasonably experienced side. They've all played interstate a lot, and to us it's not about where we play; it's about how we play and the way we implement our game plan. So whether we're playing at Etihad, MCG, or Patterson Stadium this week, I believe it's insignificant, and that it's about how we decide to go out and play the game.
James, did you see that shenanigans from Mark Harvey the other day, inviting Job over there to his birthday party?
I think he's going. I think Job's going, and jump out of a cake or something for him. So
all good.
All good. Yeah. No, Harves has definitely got a bit of Kevin Sheedy in him. So.
James, Scotty Gumbleton was sort of talked about as playing the VFL this week. He hasn't been named. I think Darcy Danaher was in the team as well. Have you got an update on?
Yeah, unfortunately for Gumballs, he had a bit of a back spasm last week, and look, he trained well yesterday, but really with one training session before the game, we didn't think it was a risk worth taking, so he'll play next week. And Darcy's groins are just still a bit sore. You know, we just osteitis pubis is one of those things that you can't rush. As soon as you rush it, it flares up on you. So we just have to take it carefully, and when he's right to play, he'll play.
There's 3 players that are going to have to come out of the side. Are there any injury concerns forcing them out, or are you going to have to actually sit them down and?
No, they'll all sort of. I think it'll be a form thing. Or there's a couple of guys who are, a bit sore, and we don't like playing injured players, or players with any risk in them. So, we'll make the decision on those guys, sort of as we close to the game.
Rodney, yesterday was loads of talk after an elimination final between 2 sides that are struggling, but do you think about the significance of the clash, given that both you and Freo are sort of sitting on the edge of the 8 in need of a win, and you've got teams sniffing at your heels from outside?
Not really. I think as soon as you start to, I didn't hear Rodney, but as soon as you start to think about the result, you lose perspective on what you have to do in the game, and the result will, as people always say, the result will take care of itself whether we win or we lose. But what we need to focus on is how we play our game, and the first 5 minutes and the first 10 minutes, and what we're doing within the game. So I don't think there's many coaches getting fixated on winning or losing. It's more about how their players go out and play, because then that win or loss will take care of itself.
Can you maybe just give us some words on coaching against Mark Harvey, a former teammate? What do you think he'd say today?
Well, he coached me. Harv's coached me, and I spent a lot of time under Harv, so I've listened to a lot of his pre-matches and his half-time talks. Obviously a very good coach, knows the game exceptionally well. I think it's the last 3 weeks, it's been Damien Hardwick, Dean Bailey and Mark Harvey, all Essendon players. And actually Kevin Sheedy sent me a text the other day, and he said, you're 0 from 2, make sure it's not 0 from 3. So
whose corner is he in?
I think it'd be pretty even. He loves Mark Harvey. He probably loves Mark Harvey more than any player has played under him. So I think he might be just in Harvey's corner.